Okay. Let's see, and Reverend Carol's going to pass out some.
You want me to? Oh, and so is Camilla.
Yeah.
You can pass them out now.
The Interfaith girls are going to pass out some papers.
Yes, because
Cheerleaders.
welcome everybody. Thank you for coming tonight. We're going to do this in two parts. The first part, as we're bridging heaven and earth, the first part we're going to talk about being on the earth plane and being in balance now. And then the second half, we're going to contact Spirit and see the messages that we can receive that will take everybody to the next level. So whatever it is you need to know, we can do it. What I'm planning on doing is calling on the Divine Mother, our blessed feminine energy, because it's a full moon tonight. So we'll call on that and receive the messages. But truthfully, I call on all celestial beings of love and light, my guides, your guides, whoever's out there that wants to bring some love and light to us. So you can ask whatever you want to ask. But I thought, because it's a small group, I thought we could, if I just, whatever I get from Blessed Mother, the Divine Feminine, from where you are on your path, because sometimes we think we know what we want to know, but there may be some things that we need to hear that we didn't know we needed to hear. So, but the first part, what she just passed out to you, it's called the balance wheel of life. And basically the idea, this is our life, and there's 14 different areas that I designated. And if you put a dot, if you honestly ask yourself, where am I? How much am I giving to physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, family, friends, creativity? How much am I really putting effort into that? Because if we're trying to bridge heaven and earth, the balance, and live in balance and bliss and peace, then a lot of it helps if we know where we are. It isn't just a concept of, I want to live a spiritual life. Well, your spiritual life is, as Dr. Sharon says, is our temple is right here now. So if we sort of get an idea of what we're giving in areas, we can see, because if you imagine from 0 to 100, if you honestly say for me like physical, about 15%. You know, the mental, off the chart. But you put a little dot in those different areas, and then you can very clearly, and you connect the dots, you can very clearly see the area where you're out of whack. Whether it's your finances or your family life or this or that, it's a visual to say, oh, you know what, maybe if I put a little more effort into these areas, that might balance things out and it makes it more smooth. So anyway, that is, so that's part of it. And then the other part is, the other part of being, the earthly part is about being, I said like a revolution. Well, the idea is that, because I love plants, I always look at plants and about this kind of metaphor for life. So there's times in our life when we get knocked by trauma, or we get little dings, or we get hurt or something. But if you just observe the way the plants are, yes, we go cut their branches, we prune them, yes, that's a trauma. But honestly, it's not too much time till you see new growth coming out of where the dead part is. So in our life, if we sort of can be a little bit philosophical and detached and just know that, first of all, winter comes and then spring follows it. So things happen and we survive it. We're all here. So we've all managed to survive the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Then it just sort of flow into things like, did anybody promise me a rose garden? I don't think so. I didn't come with warranties, guarantees, manuals. We're all just trying to get along the best way we can. So if we relax into it and not take everything so, oh my God. It's just, that for me, that's what balance is. It's your head and your heart. And so the first part, the head part, is the practical part of everyday living. Okay, how are we managing that? If we're good, this area maybe needs a little change, okay, I can do that. And then the second part is the part of connecting with our spirit. But I'm telling you, it's a little tricky to connect with spirit when your mind's going over and over about all the stuff that happens. So to be able to get calm, it's not just a state of mind, it's a state of your life. We can achieve more calm when we're calm in everything. So it's not just, let me meditate all night and yeah, that's important too, but it really is reflected in your daily life.
That's right.
So anyway, I just thought this would be helpful to
Well,
kind
We
of
want to
figure
be
it out.
in the world, but not of it.
Yeah, well, that's right, and you have to be in the world. But we don't have to stay here all the time. So the meditation and connecting with spirit is the, actually it's because this is such a heavy place, the planet, we have to
Yes.
escape. Not escape, it's not escape, it's just remembering who we are. So those times when we remember our divine nature and remember where we came from, that helps us sort of, because the Chinese say in any relationship, one person's a kite, one person's a string. So we're meant to be grounded in mundane reality and still see the goodness in other people and see the imagination and inspiration and all that, but it's tempered with earth school. Even if you go to college, you get a vacation, so there's times when we get a vacation. So even school we have time. But anyway, so that's enough of that. Not because I want to give everybody a chance to have a reading. So what I want to do also is that I asked the Divine Feminine for a message. And then I do like a little meditation to just get us in the connect. And what I envision is that we will connect to the full moon, and that opened wide because the light will light the world, and we bring that light into us. It's just kind of the same way in the morning sunlight. You come through your crown chakra into your heart and expands. So we'll go through that and just take away the cares of the day and stuff. So the message I heard, and then as I said, whoever wants a message, we'll just see whoever's out there. But what I heard when I asked if she has a message for us, and I just heard, my darling children, lay aside your troubles and come to me. Come on the breath of spring and in the whispers of your heart, as I hear your heart's longing. I am the mother that loves you dearly, and I am always near. I am the mother that dries your tears, delights in your joys, and ever present in your time of need. On this night of a full moon, look to me and feel the love I have for you. Hear my messages of love with an open heart. So as we expand our heart to receive the messages that our divine feminine nature has for us, then I think we're going to get some pretty good stuff. Okay, so if we just relax, just take a deep breath. Imagine the cares of the day just rolling off you like dewdrops, just cleansing. I want you to take a deep breath, and we're going to, with a cord that going into the earth that anchors us, tethers us to this reality, so we can be confident and we can leave. And then if you just imagine a cord from your heart up to the moon, and with each breath you breathe in and you breathe out, you expand that cord from your heart, so your heart and your heart chakra is full, and that is such fullness that it overflows and the world is blessed. Imagine the grace and love of the divine beauty inherent in our souls is revealed to us tonight. As our sacred divine mother gives a message to her children that she's always there and always available. Okay, I call on all celestial beings of love and light to be present for profound healing and love in all dimensions of time and space, in body, mind, and spirit. Okay, now, are we all blissed out? All right, now how do we want to do it? Do we want to go like this, or do we want to just hands?
I think hands.
Hands? Yeah, because maybe not everybody wants to. Okay, who wants to go first?
What are we doing?
Brian does.
No.
Right. What we're doing is that somebody asks if they have a question or if they have a message. I ask Blessed Mother or Divine Feminine what a message might have for us. So Linda, do you want to?
Sure, I'll start.
Okay.
What do you see as the focus of my spiritual work for the next?
Well, just when you're saying that, I just hear children. Now, let's see, now, why is that? And it might sound like I'm talking to myself, because that's how I talk to Spirit. I just have a conversation. So I just hear children. Now, what part do children have with Linda's spiritual path? Well, I just hear you're an earth mother. And you will benefit much from being surrounded with the love of little kids. I don't know if you like little kids or not, but I think you have much to give to them. So that's part of your spiritual path. Now, is there anything, and it almost feels like if you've been resisting that.
Hello.
Yeah, so.
This is a woman who has no children because she raised her siblings.
We can all be her little children.
Yes, I really believe that.
Well, see, that's it. Maybe
The children, I feel it's the children of humanity.
that's it. Could be the metaphorically speaking of it's the
Yeah, not
little
little
inner
kids running around
child. Or,
crazy.
I actually do love children.
Right.
But I just chose not to have any myself.
well, it might be time to recycle your earth mother.
Yeah.
Bring a lot of little kids to you.
Well, I was told by a great mystic that women who do not marry and have children this lifetime is because they got it right the last lifetime and didn't have to do it this lifetime.
I can believe that. I don't have kids, and I always felt that I would just love the little kid and everybody else, you know, because who didn't get enough hugs? You know, so it's like everybody could use a hug. That little child inside, we got to hug those little guys. But let's see anyway. So what else about? Well, I said, take to the waters, and much will be revealed to you. So I don't know if you swim, but I think if whatever is revealed might come through water for you.
And she's a natural teacher.
Oh yeah, I know that. Well, much will be revealed. It's like the next step. But first thing is something about children. Okay, were you?
And you nurture me.
You're a little girl.
Yeah.
I just wonder if you can tell me where my next move will be.
You mean physical moves?
Well,
Or what? Well, we'll just
whatever
say.
you
Yeah,
receive.
we'll just say okay.
What
now,
comes through.
Whatever you need to hear. Okay, let's see now. What is Camilla's next move? Well, it feels like to get rid of some energy drains around you. So if you could think of what that might be, but it feels like that you really, your next move is to get rid of some energy drains around you. No, why is that? Because it feels like they're almost burying you. So you have to like, oh God, I'm not going to let that happen. So if you could think about whoever that might be, or several people, but just
Release.
yeah, you release some energy drains. Let's see. Yep, I just hear your karma's complete. So if you have something that makes you have to do that, take on that, you don't have to do that anymore. No, okay, so that's that. Get rid of that. Now what else you need to know? What else is going on? Is your mother in spirit?
Yes.
Because I just hear your mother will come to you in flowers. It feels like if you're out in roses, or if you're out fiddling around with flowers or something, that you'll feel some peace. Or do you like flowers, roses? Oh, so the next time you're out there, just like tap into. Anyway, your mother will come to you in roses, but I see flowers. I see roses. Let's see, where is this going? And it almost feels like it's time for you to like shake things up, you know, get a new haircut or buy new clothes or do something different. You know, you must be ready for a change.
I'm going on a cruise.
Oh, see, that's perfect timing.
Good for you.
Yeah, that's what I want to say also about what I was saying earlier about if whether we're in a revolution of stuff is happening where we're going out in the world, or whether we're in a time of taking things in. Mm-hmm. So periodically in our lives, well, half the time, we're in a state of yang energy, of going out, and expansive energy, and the other half is when we go in, and the half that we're in is usually after something's happened, after some kind of change, something happened, is when we go in, we process, we purge, we clear, we cleanse, getting ready for the next
Evolution.
Evolution. So the revolution is whatever happens to you. The evolution is just relaxing.
And how we deal with the
And just
revolution.
let it happen. There's so much in silence, and there is something to be said for doing nothing. I mean,
Being.
sometimes just be, just be. Well, anyway, that was about that. Okay, who's next?
Thank you.
Huh? Oh, okay, Roger, let's see, do you have a question, or you want to just hear what Spirit
Any
has?
messages out on the great etheric recorder for me?
Oh, let's see, now, any messages needed, the great etheric recorder. Well, I see you're a blessed child of God. Well, he already knows that, now,
And
let's
he
see.
is.
What else? Well, I see there's time to write your story.
I agree.
No, why is it? Well, I just hear you have a voice, and it feels like you have a lot to say. And it feels like there'll be some healing, as you're writing your story, there'll be some healing. And it feels like your great-grandfather says hi. I don't know if you're close to him. Why are you saying hi to him?
He's proud of his great-grandson.
Yeah, why are you saying hi to him? Well, I don't want you to forget your lineage. So if you come from a lineage of, say, like healers, or if you come from a lineage of speakers or teachers, or whatever your lineage is, it feels like your grandfather doesn't want you to forget that lineage. And it almost feels like you're meant to go, I don't know if you like go to spiritual centers or places like that, but it almost, say like Mount Shasta or something, it feels like you're supposed to go, not like a guru, because you already have your guru, but something, I don't know what it is about that, but.
Well, you are going to attend that Los Angeles. Did you already do that? Yeah, that's coming up.
Yeah, it feels like you're supposed to go to some kind of.
Like a sacred site.
Yeah, a sacred site. But do you have a
Maybe
specific
Sedona.
question?
Maybe.
No, I just hear you're working too hard. Are you working too hard?
It is.
Maybe.
Yeah, you're working, so you gotta do something different about that.
I am.
Oh, you are good.
I'm working on it.
Okay, now do you have a specific question for anybody or anything?
No.
Just whatever?
Yeah.
Okay, anything else? And I say I say anything else, and I used to watch your
We
diet.
need to, okay, we need to move on.
Oh, we have to
the
move
next
on, okay.
person.